New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Officer who graduated from training less than a year before the incident entered the backyard of Joseph Joe Johnson. A father of four mistook him for a criminal and then took his life. For nearly 6 months, the officer remained on paid vacation without charges, but all of that changed in August of last year when he was indicted for manslaughter. While Johnson's family thought that they were going to see justice, all of that came to a screeching halt this week when the trial 7th District Judge Darren Simpson announced that the case against the officer was dismissed on the condition that Cardeas, the officer, completes a 100 hours of firearm training, use of force, and supervised patrol training in the next year. Not only will the cop face no consequences for his actions on an innocent father on his own property, but he will also still remain a cop. In the search, police identified the man and found that he had multiple warrants for his arrest, including felony battery on an officer and 2 failure to appear warrants with original charges of resisting/obstructing arrest and providing false information to law enforcement. Police claimed that the suspect, Tanner Shoesmith, age 22, had a history of violent altercations with law enforcement, which appears to be a cover for the way that they acted when they found and they took the life of Johnson. According to police, the passenger in the vehicle that was originally pulled over never fled and stayed behind to talk to police. Police claim that this passenger had received a message from the suspect who, while on the run from cops, took the time to write a message to the passenger and send him his GPS coordinates. To police, these GPS coordinates sent by the suspect who was running from the cops to the passenger he knew was still with the cops showed him in the backyard of a residence on the corner of Tendoy Drive and Syringa Drive, which is Johnson's backyard. Police then surrounded the home and took the life of the father of four in his own backyard after claiming he had on a black t-shirt and was holding a weapon. After taking the father's life, a brief investigation revealed that he was not the suspect and, in fact, lived in the home and had committed no crimes. Moments later down the road, a deputy reported seeing a man running, and the suspect was located in the backyard of a completely different house, hiding in the shed. The suspect, who police claims has a history of violent interactions with police, was taken into custody without incident. I just want to say first off, condolences to the Johnson family, to his 4 kids, and to his friends as well, because the main thing that I've always told people is that at any given moment in time, police have the full-fledged legal right to, in a sense, take your life. This is further proof. They gave this officer, who graduated right and had less than a year, and he ended up going into somebody's backyard and taking their life because the suspects, he looked like the suspect, and quote unquote this person had a weapon, right? This is the usual type of rhetoric that they tend to use whenever they mess up, whenever they take somebody's life, whenever they shoot somebody, right? This is what they like to do, right? And then they turn around a little bit later, further down the road, they find a suspect hiding in the shed. And then within the investigation, they found that Johnson, who was the man that they came into contact with the very first time, the father of 4, they took his life, and this man never committed any type of crimes in his life. But yet this smiling cop that you see directly in front of you is not going to receive any type of prison time. He's still going to get his pension. He's still getting paid by taxpayers' money. He's still going to be directly out on the streets to do the exact same thing. Like I said before, it's because people allow this. America allows these things to take place. But like I told you guys before, because y'all didn't want to sit up there and stop this since the beginning, when this was taking place and happening to innocent black people, innocent black families, and in these black neighborhoods, because you didn't want to stop this at the very beginning, since the inception of the slave patrol, now y'all got to sit up there and deal with this. Now y'all got to sit up there and deal with this. And at no point in time I don't want to see no groups of people talk about, oh, we all need to stand up. We all need to, no, 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 no. Because the moment in time that black people sat up there and been telling people like, yo, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is how we're getting hurt. This is how we're getting harmed. All over the internet, all over the world, people want to justify the police's actions like, oh, well, if you guys weren't acting like this, if you weren't doing this, if you weren't doing that. Well, guess what? I guess in this instant, whenever this happens to one of yours, whenever this takes place in your community, guess what? It's justified. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts. Don't want to hear no crying. Don't want to hear no tears. And I'm talking specifically to all of those that's always Blue Lives Matter, the thin blue line, the main ones that always want to say nothing but great and beautiful things about the cops, because the cops can never do anything wrong. Everything is always justified, right? The cops are always the good guys, right? They're always the heroes, right? They're protecting you from the criminals, when realistically the cops are the criminals. Isn't that amazing? The same people who can go out here and take your life legally are the same ones out here committing crimes against your life, against your community, against your family, against your friends, against your children. And they're protected by the very same law that they uphold. Ain't that something? Wow. But like I said before, y'all gonna learn later than sooner.